Welcome to the B&B. Enjoy your stay. Benjamin, it's been like
Uh,
3 weeks since we've done the last episode.
yes, it has forever.
It's I don't know, I've been busy. I've been super busy. Have you
Yeah,
been busy?
traveling around the world.
Last
Yeah,
weekend was nuts. Man,
yeah.
you're about to start your spring break too, so we'll have
I
like
am one more
two
day.
extra episodes to make up.
Yeah.
Got anywhere you're going for spring break?
I'm going to some resort place in North Carolina, but I don't really know where or what it is because I don't really pay attention. But it's supposed to be pretty.
Sounds good. Do you have that spring break bod for the beach?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, me too. But let's tell our adoring fans. I gotta tell them about the trip. I
Yeah.
talked with you about it a little bit over last weekend with Magic. We'll tell them about that too.
Yeah.
But yeah, mission trip to Bulgaria was pretty cool. I uh, I told you this, but it's exactly what you think an Eastern country in Europe would look like. It's really rainy and gray and dreary. There's stray dogs everywhere. We named as many as we could, but there was like half a dozen following us to the schools. It was weird. But yeah, it was kind of culture shock. I
Yeah.
didn't feel like I was too far from home though.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I was surrounded by my schoolmates. So
Probably.
yeah,
I feel like that has a factor to it. But yeah, wow.
yeah. You
It
go on trips with band, right?
Yeah, just to other parts of the U.S. though.
It's cool. I haven't really gone to many places in the U.S.
Yeah, I mean, I've only been to like the big cities, but
I mean,
yeah,
you're the resident. You're super American,
super
resident
American.
expert.
Yeah, but no, that's crazy though that in Bulgaria that it's like actually matching what your expectations are of
Yeah,
Eastern European
it
country.
it was a little uncanny actually. I met a half Russian kid at one of the schools who was like what mid-teens. He was wearing a tracksuit. He was wearing an Adidas tracksuit. It's exact. My I
Now,
told Did I tell you about the translators Facebook?
uh, maybe refresh me. I don't
M-
remember.
His name was Mitko, and well, when I got back, my dad looked up his Facebook, and he's shirtless and he's looking at the camera from the side and he's smiling. It's like Putin. You know the Putin jokes?
Yeah,
Oh my
yeah, that's
gosh.
like literally
He was trying to look like Putin. I was blown away. I mean, Bulgaria isn't Russia, but it uses the
yeah,
Cyrillic alphabet and all that. It's like Portuguese and Spanish, kind of a little bit.
a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
But it
yeah,
was,
Bulgaria.
yeah.
Let's see. We've been talking about them actually, class for
Really?
yeah. We've been doing conflict and intervention as part of I for any of the IB listeners out there. It's International Evacuation Program.
IB crowd.
Yeah, but we were one of the optional units we picked was NATO's intervention in Kosovo, but we were
Oh.
talking about Bulgaria and Baltic or the Balkan. Sorry, my bad. Balkan region. Um, to learn about that. So talking about it.
Hey, that's pretty cool. Are you doing that now, or was that recent?
We're just finishing it up. So, but
Oh,
like right now, yeah.
man, you should have gone to Bulgaria. Jeez.
I know. Yeah.
Yeah, it was kind of weird how they seemed very protective of their culture, like they were trying to preserve it, which I can see why that's happening, because why they take pride in it and trying to keep it going is because there's a lot of American stuff over there. Kids were wearing
Oh yeah,
New
cultural
York
imperialism.
caps. I told
Yeah.
you that. Winter jackets with the American flag on it. It was weird because it was like it's like they watched American TV or YouTube or whatever, and then that's their vision of America. It was really surreal. I already
Yeah.
told you about this channel, but Soku the Dragon Dan. There's a little girl who's wearing a Witcher necklace, and we saw it. We're like, what the heck? You play The Witcher? And she's like, yeah, I love video games. We're like, you speak English? Where'd you learn that? She goes, YouTube videos. And we're like, YouTube? She goes, yeah, I have a channel too. It has 200 subscribers.
Holy cow.
Yeah. Actually, I looked at a video recently, and it was literally just it was just text on the screen that says, "Oh, I was like, I hate my friends. Why are they so mean to me?" And it's like 10
Oh,
seconds. The first five is the first sentence, and it's like it's so
yeah,
sad. And she has like a one of those MS Paint um furry people avatars. So she's going through that phase right now. So be
yeah.
gentle, be gentle. But yeah,
But
so that's
Alex,
it's crazy. It's very they're necking each other. They play Fortnite. It's
yeah,
not too different.
yeah. But did you know what Atlanta's biggest what they're known for the most in the world? People think about Atlanta.
Oh God, let me shoot out some things. Bad traffic, peaches, obesity, um, the Thrashers. No, wait, we got rid of the Thrashers a while ago.
Oh yeah, they're gone.
Um, Geez, man, I don't know.
The Walking Dead.
Ah, of
Known as the Walking
course, you're
Dead
right. You're
city.
right.
Yep. I my uncle they spent some time him and his family in China, and that's like what people will say when like, oh, we're from Atlanta. They're like, oh, you know, from the Walking Dead city, and it's like,
Yeah, baby.
right, yeah.
Zombies. That's
Sam,
great.
yeah.
We're gonna be known for other stuff too. It's gonna be the new Hollywood.
Oh,
I don't
it
know if
is.
we've mentioned
I
it
know. I'm excited.
yet on the show, but yeah, man. Actually, Simpsonwood was used for the filming of like barely legal or legally
Lethal.
barely lethal. There you go. That's the one. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
they
right,
use
right
Jonesbridge
down
Park.
the road.
Yeah, they
That
also use Jonesbridge
that's
Park.
just between our houses. And then
Yeah,
Jonesbridge Park was for the Ozarks actually, which is a pretty big show. People watch that.
yeah,
If you watch it and you're watching this,
yeah.
we live right next to that place. So it's surreal.
Alex, they're gonna come find us.
Yeah, yeah, they're rooting around for talent. It's you and me.
Yeah.
That's why we're
Well,
doing
maybe.
this. Is it's
Yeah. Well, by the time they listen to this, we will be long gone. We will have our own boats. By the time that like they're gonna actually hunt us down, we're
Yeah.
gonna be like far gone. It's okay.
I I'm in theater, right? So they had this guy come and talk. I don't know if we've had this conversation before or not on the channel, but I
I
hope.
have no idea.
I hope not. But this guy came. He's a professional actor. Wasn't super famous. I mean, he does as many gigs as he can get,
Yeah.
And so he talked to us about, advice. I'm not going to be a professional actor, so
Yeah.
not worried about it. But he said that he's one of the first wave from the West to move to the East and to
Holy
Georgia,
cow.
to Atlanta to do filming, because he said it's cheaper because of taxes or something, right, Benjamin?
Oh yeah, they've been making a lot of to come here to yeah, I think there's some tax reasons. There's also a lot of just um a lot of businesses like they've already built a lot of infrastructure here.
Yeah.
So people like both like physical infrastructure and
hmm
style. Yeah,
Yeah. So he says he's the first wave. So who
they're
knows?
coming.
Who knows?
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I
know
got a
who else?
friend. Oh yeah, I told you about the about Jumanji and how that my friend was in that. He's uh,
Oh
he's
yeah,
he's big into video editing. He does all that stuff for the school, and he's going to be doing something with video editing in the future. And he can
yeah,
do CGI stuff. And they filmed anything regarding the school part of the movie in Atlanta, and he was an extra. And you can see him at the end of the movie when the girl is talking to the nerdy protagonist guy who was the Rock in the game.
yeah.
Uh, it has her in frame, and then a big empty space to the right, and he walks across the screen a little blurred, but you can see his face, you can see him. He's on the screen for like a full 2 seconds. He's famous.
Famous.
He saved the movie. The movie was mediocre, to be honest.
Yeah, until he was in there.
Yeah, but yeah, so that was
Yeah.
cool. Uh, was the last weekend just as busy for you, or did you have a chill weekend? I hope.
So while you were in Bulgaria, like near the end of your time in Bulgaria,
Yeah.
I went up to Indianapolis, Indiana, and
And
it was for the what do you call it? Music for All national. concert band festival. I don't know if I said that right,
Oh
but
yeah.
yeah, my cross high school invited to go there. Um, we were picked out of uh, selection of bands to be able to go up there. I think we're the only band. But yeah, it was pretty interesting. We saw a ton of concerts, like 11 hours worth, which was a little
Jeez.
much.
11
Yeah,
hours?
yeah, it was a little much. We were getting we were fighting to stay awake at points. But
Yikes.
you know what was amazing about that trip
What's that?
is we spent a little bit of time in the mall, and you know what I discovered, Alex?
Oh,
Freaking archery
archery
tag.
tag, baby.
Archery
Woo!
tag. I
That's
had never
yeah.
heard of this thing before, and I had played laser tag. We played paintball. Like, so I was like, "What is this?" But I knew as soon as I saw it, I had to do it.
Yeah, it's
So
cooler than
I did
Nerf
it.
and laser tag.
It at least this version of it was like a mix between just archery and dodge.
That's great. Is it like an
So like
arena
it
that
it
they
was
have set
actually
up?
really small. It looked like a mini soccer field with
Oh,
like turf and whatever. But we went in and they had like, inflatable stuff or whatever to like block and shield or whatever. And they put all the arrows in the middle and they had like foam on the end of them. But they were like real bows. It's just foam on the arrows, not actual arrows.
that
But
sounds
yeah,
fun, man.
you had to like run to the middle and grab it and then run back to your team. And if I got the first hit, I will say that I got the first hit and a headshot
Yeah, Benjamin.
someone in the face, and that was pretty amazing. I was like, holy cow, I have not fired an arrow in like years, and
Oh,
I just
jeez.
headshot the person right off the bat. That was pretty gratifying.
So satisfying, yeah.
Yeah,
Deadly. Remind me not to face you in archery tag.
yeah. I don't know. I don't know whether I'm more scary from archery tag or coup, because I totally beat you guys. Coup.
Ah, ah, cool. Yeah, yeah.
I'm
I'd
gonna
like
I'll always
one
bring that back up.
income, please.
One income, please. And for those of you that
Jeez.
know that game, I for 2 whole rounds I only took one income and did nothing else until they self-destructed and killed them.
All right, I have a moral dilemma.
Oh my!
100 puppies or some munchkin that just keeps asking for one income every round.
I say that we save the munchkin
Ah,
and kill the 100 puppies.
of
Probably because
course.
I am that munchkin.
You, you.
I
Oh,
am.
jeez.
But no,
Well,
in
well, the
all serious,
11. Oh, yeah.
it was really fun to be up there. Uh, we did.
You
I
guys
thought we did a really
performed, of
good job.
course, right?
Yeah, we performed. And this wasn't a joke trip like we take, up to Washington, where it's mostly just to go visit those places. This was like legit. So
Performance, yeah.
yeah, so we played for the country, and yeah, the jazz band absolutely phenomenal.
Good
Um,
job. Smooth
they were
jazz.
Yeah, they were amazing. The kid soloists are better than one of the soloists they like brought in to play, like the
Hell yeah.
professional. Like one of them, the other guys are good. There was one of the guys.
That just was phenomenal.
Yeah, he just wasn't a student.
That's awesome. I Schuler's is I had we had a it's kind of a competition. It's the Super Bowl of theater. Um, during one of your performances, these Schuler judges come in and they judge the thing, and then you get nominated for awards. It's like the Oscars or Grammys or whatever. And
Wow,
Wesleyan kind of got gypped this year. We got two nominations, which was Best Ensemble, which
should
is
have
like the
been
background
everyone.
cast. Should have been every
The
category.
whole cast.
We got Best Ensemble, which is like the background people, and then Showstopper, which is the one you want. And we didn't win Showstopper. We probably won't win Best Ensemble, judging by my peers' reactions. We should have gotten Best Costuming because I was a knife for the Be Our Guest scene. I was a knife
Yeah,
for months, Benjamin. Do you know the
yeah,
toll that takes on someone's psyche being a knife? But
yeah,
yeah, so we had that. So it sounds like we both did pretty solid, Benjamin.
yeah.
Man, I wish I could have
Was
heard it. Is it online somewhere? Should
um,
we link
I
it?
I don't think so. Just because I think they're
Damn.
very protective. They're like, no recording, no
Ugh.
whatever, so we can put this on an official CD and blah blah blah. I don't remember. So I will eventually have a copy.
And then and
No,
then
not of right now.
and then we can copy that VHS tape, and then
Yeah,
or whatever the heck they use,
yeah.
whatever outdated thing. Yeah. But yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
cool.
wait. So Alex, just a question. Was Bulgaria the furthest place you've been from?
Yeah, it was. I
Yeah.
went to Italy over the summer on a Wesleyan
Oh,
trip as
Bulgaria's
well.
further. Yeah.
But Bulgaria's further. My older brother Griffin is in Italy right now. He's
Wow.
going there for fun. Like he saved up his money and he's going with a
Just going.
friend, and he won't have teachers breathing down his neck like I did. So I gave
Dang.
him some tips. I told him to just say he's Canadian. I told him to don't get gypped at the market if it's not a fixed price, because they're going to charge you like 3 times what it's worth. Oh yeah, at the market in Bulgaria, there's a little tiny outdoor market. It was just like what, a dozen stands, and they're selling a bunch of old antique stuff, and kids were just getting totally ripped left and right. It was painful to watch, Benjamin.
Yeah.
My friend Jennifer, who was, by the way, who was learning Bulgarian, by the way, she could
Oh
almost
wow.
have a conversation. She was basically literate. She was reading signs in Cyrillic.
Wow.
Some guy, she was looking at this key, like this old-timey looking key, and the guy's like, over 100 years old, only 20 leva or something, which is just a rip.
Yeah.
Um, oh God, these kids, they had a bunch of Nazi memorabilia, which
What?
grossly fascinating. Kids, of course, we're gonna buy it, man. Well, I didn't buy it, but they had a bunch of little pins. My neighbor bought a lighter, an SS lighter in the shape of a
What
bullet.
the heck?
Um, I think somebody bought, jeez, I don't know. They had some
I
weird
always
stuff.
forget
They had like a
like different.
1936 Olympics pin with a swastika on it. It's weird, but when they rolled through, they just left behind all this stuff. So
Well, Bulgaria was part of the Axis powers.
yeah,
Um,
dude, that's probably
yeah,
why they're probably holding troops in the country. But
yeah. It is. It's very like you can watch videos, and I know this is us, speaking about huge entities like countries here in
yeah.
generality, but um, I know that at least some older Germans, there's a video on YouTube look up where they're like defending their actions,
Wait,
um, where
wait.
they're
You
talking
mean
to
they
these.
are like the super old
Yeah,
Nazis are still
yeah,
alive and
yeah,
they're talking on YouTube?
yeah, yeah. I
What?
can, yeah, I can show you the video. But they're saying essentially that like they they're proud of what they did because they held the Soviets from taking the rest of Europe. That's their justification. It,
Wow.
it yeah, and it's like, really?
That's nuts, man. Geez, you got to
So
show me that later.
yeah, we
But
watched it in history class.
in history,
It was, yeah,
sounds
we were
fun.
doing World War II a while back. But yeah,
Man,
dang.
yeah, they just had some knickknacks. Didn't meet any Nazis, didn't see Hitler or anything.
Yeah,
Um,
he's
a
kicking.
bunch of kids, they were selling, one guy showed me a BB gun and he showed me how to use it. And it looked like a well rod, which is one of the oldest suppressed pistols ever, and it was weird, and it didn't have any trigger guard. It was the jankiest, oldest BB gun I've ever seen. So I shot it. It was fun, and a bunch of kids were buying. They're selling knives, like antique old knives,
Boy, do
and
Wesley not have some sort of policy against buying knives on?
no, man, apparently not. I
That
mean,
would you would
I
get
didn't.
like immediately confiscated or something, and like
Nah, man. They have a policy against buying alcohol and cigarettes, but and stuff like that, because anti. It's not Jesus enough. But
oh right, right.
I guess a stiletto knife is Jesus enough. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, I didn't buy the BB gun, even though I might have been tempted to because I don't want to carry that through the
yeah, yeah,
airport.
yeah. I don't think it would make it through.
Yeah, the knives
Wait,
did.
wait a
You
second. You
put the
guys took an
knives in your
airport.
luggage. You what?
Okay, I was gonna say how the knives go through.
Yeah, the knives made it. You put it in the luggage that goes, uh, through the whole process. You don't bring it on your
Yeah,
carry-on.
so they
But
they probably just yeah.
yeah, one of the kids, Evan, we call him Shady Evan. He bought like a kukri knife, which I don't know why that's in Bulgaria. It's not like Australian or whatever, but that's cool.
Yeah.
And some other knife. And he said that he bought a sword for 400 bucks once.
What?
Yeah, he was like, "Oh yeah, talked him down from 300 to 200." I'm like, "You still got totally robbed."
Still, like, yeah.
But you bring extra cash for the trip for that reason.
Yeah.
One of them, I bought an Ushanka hat, like a Russian officer cap. You saw that, I think, and
Yeah.
these aviator goggles or whatever. And he was like, the guy was like, "Oh, give me 40 leva for this," which is of course too much. And I say, "How about like 30 and a die pet, which is a high five?" So he laughed and he took it, but it was still too much.
Yeah.
Yeah, we saw some old cathedrals. One of them was made 8 BC, which is really old.
Now, would these still be considered cathedral? Because they're Eastern Orthodox, right? In Bulgaria, or were these like actually Catholic?
Listen, man, I go to a private school that teaches some basic stuff. I don't know anything about
You
this.
did
You
that.
probably know
Yeah.
more than I do.
Well, I mean, I just am a history nerd and look up stuff on Wikipedia all the time. But
You sure are.
yeah. But
But
no, I wonder. They could very well be. I don't know what it's called, but
whoa, did you feel that thunder?
yeah, dude,
Yeah, I
I
just
felt
felt
that.
that rumble through my
Oh
house.
my god, me too.
Okay, cool. But yeah, some old stuff.
Yeah,
It's very dimly lit, faded stuff. It's fascinating.
yeah.
They had workout playgrounds. Did I tell you that? I don't think I
Workout,
did.
yeah. Pray tell, what is that?
It's a workout playground, my man. It's exactly what it sounds like.
Literally, wow.
Yeah, it looks like playground equipment, but you get ripped on them. So that's cool. We played around on that.
Yeah,
We just crashed the party that these like three muscly Bulgarian dudes were trying to work out, and we just robbed them of their chance for like 5 minutes.
yeah.
So that was fun. Oh, yo, the street food. The big thing is street corn. So
Street corn. Huh.
yeah, Bulgarian street corn. So they get it's not like corn on the cob. They shave off all the corn into a mixer, and then they
Right.
put it in a cup halfway filled. They put in butter, Parmesan salt, and they fill it up again and put those toppings on again. It's so good. I was super skeptical. I'm like, who eats corn from the street? But it was
Yeah.
it was solid. And they also had donuts that were made right in front of you. Like they have balls of dough and they put it and they fry it and it's like funnel cake. It's so good.
Huh. Yeah.
I was impressed. I'll go back sometime and make sure to get extra. But yeah, so that's cool.
Yeah.
This weekend you taught me how to play Magic.
I did.
Why don't you tell them about that?
So, uh, for those of you out there that know what it is, um, bear with me. But Magic: The Gathering is the first trading card game. It beat up Pokemon, I believe. Um, I could be wrong. I believe it's the first though.
I'm sure
But
you're right.
yeah, it's just you know, most of you know out there, it's the type where you buy those card packs and 15 cards per target, buy more. But yeah, you play against each other with summoning different creatures, spells, playing them down, and you try to take your opponent life 20 to 0.
All
And there's
right, Benjamin,
five
keep it
different
keep it a bridge. There's a million rules. I
I
remember
know.
them all. It's horrible.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
Yeah.
good. It was fun.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna like say all those here. Yeah, that'd be insane. But pretty much, you there's two guys or two girls, whoever, two people standing across from each other, and they're planeswalker. I don't know,
Oh
but
yeah,
they
what's the fight like in universe? So if this wasn't this card game represents a fight, right?
yeah,
So what does
yeah.
it look like for real
So
in real life?
um, pretty much like the cards represent spells. Every card is a spell unless it's land is stuff you summon the spells, but um, you play a spell and it's like summoning a creature or doing what you would usually think is a spell like a firebolt or summoning an artifact enchantment. But you're in the if you were like trying to describe what it would actually look like, you're summoning it to that plane. Um, and like Planeswalker, you move between planes, you like find
Yeah.
these things from these different worlds, and you summon them to fight against the other person. And whenever there's nothing left to defend you, you can attack the person itself and try to kill them. 20.
Wow, so it's a fight to the death.
Yeah, it's a fight to the death every time.
I cast knife.
Yeah,
Uh,
9 for 30.
it was really crazy. Isn't you said there's got to be thousands of cards out there, right?
Oh yeah, it's been
You have
going
to.
on since like 80s, 90s.
Oh,
Maybe 90s.
geez. Yeah, that's old.
Wait, okay, yeah. Let me. I
I
I, I
know.
want to know now.
Yeah, look it up. I know Hearthstone is the big card
1993,
game right now.
90.
1993.
Yeah,
Jeez. You must be a million years old if you were born then,
yeah,
older brother.
yes.
Anyway, yeah, so it was crazy. I don't know, it was a weird mix between what is it? What did you compare it to? It was like chess and something
Oh, so
else
yeah, it's like
and normal
poker
card. Yeah,
plus
poker.
poker and normal cards. But yeah, chess works too because you have to mastermind. I mean, but there's still like the luck of poker and the funny. Here's what sets Magic apart from other card games. Okay, it's these cards called instants, which you can use whenever you want. I mean, asterisk.
Yeah,
Pretty much
yeah, of
whenever you
course. Yeah.
want.
You
There's
you
always an
said
exception.
you said
Except,
during your turn, during their turn,
yeah,
most any point, right?
yeah, most any point. And so it's like your opponent could be like, "I would like to play my Minotaur," and you'd be like, "Nope, you can't."
I have my anti-Minotaur spell block instant. And you go, "Whoa, whoa," and then the
Yeah, my
crowd goes
card says when you
wild.
play a Minotaur, you lose the game.
Yeah, stipulated right there in subsection 3C of paragraph 4.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, it can be incredibly fascinating,
daunting.
fun, and yes, very daunting.
I've we've tackled harder stuff.
Yeah. I mean, we tackled D&D, but then these guys also
D&D
made
from
D&D.
scratch. Oh
D&D
yeah.
made Magic.
Yeah, it's Wizards from the Coast. Wizards of the Coast, right?
Yeah.
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 Well, we've tackled D&D. I've tried Dwarf Fortress. I mean, come on now.
Space
This is
Station
this is
13.
child's play.
Space Station 19. Space Station
Oh, yeah, 13. Space Station
13. Yeah, yeah,
13.
yeah. Yeah, that was yeah.
That's crazy. Um, yeah,
But
so it's pretty cool. I can see how
yeah,
once you actually know how to play,
get
then
a
it's a
deck.
much more faster pace, even if you stop to read cards.
Yeah.
Our match was a little stinted towards somebody's deck. Am I right, Benjamin?
I don't know, both decks won games.
Oh, well, that's true, but that's because you were using one of them. You're
Uh-huh.
using the winning one each time,
Yeah, so
because
there was
you
two
were the
decks.
common denominator.
Yeah, there was my deck that I brought, and I designed my deck to be completely toughness. Like I have a card that lets you use toughness attack, which is. But Alex Berkey has his, like pretty much, from the store elf deck, and
Oh.
so him and I play, and I like obliterate him with my deck that I like
Hmm.
designed on the internet. Oh, you can I side tangent
Go
like what
for
I
it.
did?
Yeah,
Okay,
tell him the story. Yeah,
yeah, this is funny. I like
I remember.
yeah. So pretty much, I was getting interested in Magic when I was a kid. I loved Pokemon more. I never really played Pokemon, but I like collecting. But my cousin gave me some Magic cards, and then I was just like, "What are these?" and like threw them away. It was terrible. But um, I started seeing it online on YouTube, like Geek and Sundry.
I
They
mean, it's
had
big. It's big.
yeah, and people were talking about it, Spell Slingers, that YouTube series, and I was watching it. I'm like, that's so cool. So I wanted to get back into it, so I bought a deck from the store, and I played it against my cousin, and we traded battles with each other. Never really thought about it. Well, in marching band, which I um, was a part of, but now I'm graduating. Not. There was some
Heyo.
two other kids. Yeah, AO. There was two kids who would play Magic like before a game um, every Friday, and I was like, "Hey, I can play with them." But I was like, "No, my deck from the store is trash because it's just a store deck. It's
Hmm.
the one you buy to like set you up as a beginner." So I spent 2 weeks just researching Magic cards on the internet, trying to find like what sort of deck do I want. And I looked at the cards I already had. green and white deck, which were two of the different colors out of the five. And so I just started researching and designing. I'm like, oh, these cards would be cool. And I found a nearby store which would ship cards to it, which I can buy. And I designed this deck for roughly the same cost as going out and buying a deck, a pre-built
Ooh,
one. So like literally the same
savvy.
cost. Yeah. Um, so I designed it and I got it and I was super excited. I was ready to go. So the next Friday I showed up and I'm like, hey guys, I got this deck. Can I
Hmm.
play? And they're like, sure. So we played, three. So like every man for himself, all three of us fighting. And my deck just had toughness creatures that did no damage. Um, which was part of the like they underestimated me. So I would like put up walls and they'd just be like, this guy's an idiot, and then like kept playing. Little did they know
This
that
guy
I put
sucks.
down a card that let me use my toughness as attack, and suddenly my walls
They
started, instead of being 0-6, started hitting for 6-6, and they were like, oh no, and it was
they
too late.
activated your trap card.
Yeah, yeah. So and
Blue
both
eyes,
of
white
them
dragon.
were still alive, and they were like, oh no, we got to turn on this guy, but it was too late.
It was
And
too
I
late.
started swinging for 13, and like they were just like they couldn't hold on, and I wiped them both out.
Yeah,
And that was
Benjamin.
my
That's
first game
that's
with
my
that new
boy.
deck. So yeah, I literally just went on the internet, researched, bought a deck that I designed, and beat two people
You
immediately.
go, Benjamin.
Yes.
Careful. We got a killer in here with us.
Yeah. Whew.
I don't know if I can get emotionally invested in this as a hobby, but you did throw out the idea of going to a card shop or a miniature like local
Yeah.
tournament kind of
For
thing.
Friday Night Magic,
So
they have.
if you need someone to cheer you on in the crowd, man, I'm there.
Yeah.
It would be fun to hang out at a card store. I've never done that before.
Yeah. And like the one I think it's called Standard. I'm wrong, but that's one that like could participate in, but wouldn't need a deck, and that's just where you go in and you're like construct a deck, pretty much.
That's fun. That sounds
Yeah.
cool.
So everyone, those 15, those little teeny weeny like card packs with 15 cards in them, and like
Yeah.
you get like you know X number of those. I don't remember, and you're like each of you gets one, and you open it up and you pick one card you want from it and keep it, and then you pass it to your left, and then you keep going until like all those cards are gone and they've divvied them out. Then they open up a new set of packs and pass them to the right. Eventually, you get enough cards to build a deck for that night and play that deck at night to prize it.
Pretty even
Like,
ground. Sounds
yeah,
fun.
so that'd be
Uh, so
you
so
could do it.
yeah. So yeah, we did that. That was fun. That's cool. We could do that in the future for sure. We'll
Yeah,
have a lot of we might be spending a lot of time together in the next few years, but we'll talk about that in a
tis
minute.
true.
Um, yeah, how was Elizabeth's birthday party? Because we did that and I was driving you home and you were like, and I went off to go to a party boat and then you went
Yeah,
off to go supervise your little sister's birthday party. How
yeah,
was it?
such is the life. It was okay. I ran mafia. You know,
For how many little girls running
like
around causing
14 or
chaos?
15.
Jeez.
Yeah, I was the narrator, and I was having to explain to them, and that was fun. Nobody would be quiet. So,
Uh,
but they were a good sport. Um, but no, I finally got it running, and of course, as soon as like people would die, they would be like, oh, "She's the killer," and during the day, they're like, "Kill her, vote her," and
vote her dead. You're pro at Town of Salem, so you know exactly who did it.
yeah, just Town of Salem's the best. I spent too many hours in that.
It's a good one.
It is a
I went to two parties, one on Friday and then one on Saturday after learning magic. And then on Sunday I went to Dancing with the Stars performance, and then on Monday I toured North Georgia. So I had a packed weekend.
yeah.
I got
Wow.
to skip Monday, which is nice. Um, yeah, the first party was at this guy named Carson's house. Um, wow, yeah, rich neighborhood. It's the classic Wesleyan life.
Yeah.
Uh, it was like this giant house. Even the sky seemed bigger. I was blown away. And it was a bunch of kids I didn't know, so I made some friends. He's a theater friend, so I just hung out with the crew. They had like a photo booth, so I have a photo strip hanging up in my room. I look crazy. That
Oh,
was
you
fun. I
actually
did.
have like stereotypically like in
It's a
movies will have
yeah,
like big
it's a photo strip.
nice.
I have a couple. I have a bunch from last year's prom, and then I have one of that. And I danced some. They played a bunch of cool rap songs I don't know, so
Yeah.
I just joined in on the classics. Saturday was the party boat one from a it was a surprise party for my friend Adam. Um, again, it was his mom invited like the whole grade or something, which is whole sophomore grade, by the way. So it was a bunch of awkward sophomores who didn't dress up as the pirate theme.
Oh no.
All the theater kids were like super decked out as crazy pirate people, uh, except all these like self-conscious sophomores were just kind of doing the punch bowl shuffle over on the dance floors. It was lame. I came without a costume, and then within 5 minutes they had me decked out in these fake jewel
There you
rings.
go.
I
They
had an
got you.
eye patch and a fake scar on my other eye. I texted you the
Yeah,
picture.
I saw
I
the
had a
pictures. Those
bandana
are
and I had a
great.
mom tattoo on my arm.
Yeah.
And yeah, and oh yeah, my name was Captain John Bird, but I changed it to Captain Blind Bird because I had a scar over an eye and an eye patch. So that was fun.
Uh,
But it was freezing because it didn't. When you're on a boat, there's a ton of wind, but no one really prepared for that. But it was a
yeah.
blast. It was crazy. I've never been on like a party boat. It wasn't
Yeah.
huge. It wasn't gigantic, but it held some people on it, so that was nice. I'm a pirate.
You're a
Yarr.
pirate. Are
Dancing with the Stars was cool. My mom bought a ticket a year ago, for a lower price, and my brothers and I went with her. That was fun. Uh, it was some.
any famous people there that I would know?
Do you know Val?
Val.
He's the.
Val.
He's actually it's he's two Ukrainian brothers. I think Max and Val, and then
Huh.
this girl named Pre Parisa. Her name starts with P, and it was MV. It was MVP was the whole tour, and it was actually it was fascinating. I've never really been into dancing, but I was blown away by it because
You like
they
watching it though, right?
yeah, I was sitting there in the
Yeah.
nosebleed stands watching, and it was really crazy. So the whole thing was a story about their career. So she talked
Uh-huh.
about breaking her ankle in ballet, so she moved on to ballroom dancing once it healed. So then they do a dance number where it showed ballet dancers falling and then getting up and then busting some cool moves. Um, yeah, one of them talked about his life. I don't know. They do dance numbers based on their story, so that was really
Right.
fascinating. They had good humor. Oh God, there's this one part. Oh geez, they had the whole crowd was just old people.
Oh, really?
It was all people, it was especially like middle-aged women, so people from
Wow.
40 to like 55.
So you felt a little out of place?
Yeah, yeah, I
Just a
saw like
little.
one
Yeah.
other person who seemed like to be in their 20s, but it was
Yeah.
just a ton of old couples. So that's clearly the target audience. So they
Right.
had
Well,
so
now
they had a
now that I
bunch of
think about
stuff.
it, my grandparents, yeah,
Yeah, no,
yeah,
seriously.
they
It's
watch.
the exact
That's
cuz
sad though, because dancing is cool. I mean, it's better than some of these other lame, like American Idol. I'm sorry, I don't mean to bash that, but
no, Benjamin,
for
you're
viewers,
completely in the
listeners,
right. You're in the right. That whole
uh,
thing is fake, man.
okay, yeah,
They
yeah,
look off stage, they flick their eyes to check if they should say yes or no
but like
from
dancing
the
with, like, they actually learn how to dance. They take these,
Yeah, dude. It was just a
yeah.
performance. I was blown away. Um, they had one that was talking about raising a kid because she had a baby recently with
Uh,
Val. Val was the stud muffin is what my family calls us. So so all the middle-aged women were going nuts. They had a sexy dance for they pulled up an audience member, some lady, and they did a sexy fireman dance, and then after that, they had the girl, the woman whose name was P. She had a sexy cop dance, and they pulled some old dude out of the audience for that. So that was hilarious. I had
wow.
it on my Snapchat. You just pulled some random person. I don't know. It was funny, but it was really impressive. I'm glad my mom had a good time. Got
Yeah.
to hang out with my older brother some more. My little brother. It's nice. And then Monday I toured North Georgia. Uh, so that's it literally has
Mountains?
no, not mountains.
Not that part
It
of.
has cows.
Okay. Oh, the other part. Okay.
Yeah. It has cows right outside the building. They bought the land from a farmer, but the farmer's like, "Okay, that's your land," and then he still uses every inch of land right next to it.
Oh.
So there's just you walk outside going like, "Oh God, that test is gonna decide the rest of my future," and then some cow moos at you from the pasture. So yeah,
Yeah. Wait, Alex, have you seen cows move?
yeah, no, cows
No,
moo. Have I
never.
ever seen a cow moo?
No, no, no. What? No.
What did you
No,
say?
I meant, had you ever just seen it, like a cow before in general?
Oh yeah, sure I have, but
Okay, okay.
always from
I was just
afar.
checking.
Yeah. So yeah, it's pretty cozy, pretty small, has some nice amenities. I wouldn't go there. I'd be transferring to Georgia, which you said you're probably going to go to UGA, right? I
Yeah,
need.
it appears so right now because of money. I'm still just trying to wait and hope I can find some way to, because I've been accepted at a couple places. I'm just trying to see if I can get some money, but it doesn't seem.
Okay, Benjamin, I need you to find out ASAP the likelihood of you going to UGA because we need to put down fees and stuff because it's either go to North Georgia and transfer to UGA, which we don't even know if it's possible. Maybe
Yeah,
we think it's possible if I take summer classes to get some credits and then get the rest of the credits that year and then you transfer. Otherwise, I transfer junior year, and I'm not going to do that.
yeah,
Or I go to Alabama, and I'd rather go to North Georgia, transfer to UGA, and like room with you and have a college go to UGA, which is crazy good, and also get to hang out with you. That's the dream.
yeah,
But we're making a decision like really soon,
yeah,
days, Benjamin. So like
yeah. The
after
last,
this, you gotta
yeah,
yeah, you gotta ask your parents about what it's looking like so that I can tell them what I'm feeling. We do
yeah.
have to
The
find
last
out if I can
school
even
gets back to me
transfer sophomore
tomorrow.
year. Okay.
The last school gets back tomorrow. That I'm waiting on. Results back from,
Mm-hmm.
but don't know if they're gonna like give me any like secret.
Secret scholarships, yeah.
Well, because they come back after they've looked through applicant sometimes and give people, so it's like, ah.
Yeah, I know. But as soon as we figure that out, then yeah, because the dream is to transfer to UGA and get to hang out with you.
Yeah,
We could
that
live
would.
together, man. That would be a
I know.
blast.
That would
I'm
be.
the best roommate ever, I promise.
No, that
So
would be amazing.
that'd be great. For now, though, we still have the business to do.
Yes,
So not this weekend. My parents. I
and
asked.
I'm out of
I
town.
said
Yeah.
we better get this started really quickly. I'm gonna start putting myself out there, and they said, "Whoa, wait, it's Easter weekend. We should slow down." So maybe after this weekend,
Yeah,
weekend
we'll
after.
have
How about
to.
that?
Yeah, we'll have to see. I believe my schedule will be more open by then because I'm like finishing stuff up. So that
God, I
that
hope
that'll
so.
be more
Your life
likely.
sounds like it's just 1 million miles per hour all the time.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I at some point I'll have to go through and show you everything I've had to like write and
Oh
it's
my
like
God.
mountain
Keep
like
them.
so many essays sent off internationally. It's not even. But I feel like I learned a lot. But
Wow, that sounded so enthused. So
yeah, I mean, I'm still in the midst of
I've,
it right now. I'm getting
oh
through it. I'll
God,
be happier in a little
I've
bit.
learned so much.
I learned less from writing those essays and more from taking the class. How about that?
I've learned that school isn't about what you learn. Most of the stuff that we learn is so niche that we're never going to use it.
Yeah,
I've
and
learned very few life skills from school, the lessons themselves. It's more about proving you can buckle down and do the work, which
say
I,
Alex.
I have I have learned to do over the course of the past several years.
Yeah.
So
So
it
Alex,
pays off. Yeah?
my philosophy of schooling is like here's what I think about it. Like I think that like exactly what you said. Like school is just is like niche thing. I don't know. That like are very specific. You'll probably never use again, and you only use like some of those. But um, my sort of view of it is I think it's like schools should more focus on teaching you skills and like how to think rather than just the content because a lot of schools
Critical
like
thinking?
yeah and
Yeah.
not only but definitely critical thinking. Um, like just how to think. So like if someone puts something before you, do you just agree with it? Do you think about it deeper before you go through? Like because
Stop and think. Yeah.
yeah, because a lot of stuff in school. I mean, in the IB program, I've been able to like more like through stuff, but I know like public school, like a lot of people I've talked, like they just you're just given information, you spit it back out.
Yeah.
Um,
Regurgitate.
but like to me, that's why school's important. It's not so you can like remember what sine of pi over two is, but it's so you can remember, so you can learn stuff like you know how to make sense of the world and how to think deeply
I
about
guess so.
certain issues. That's like
Yeah.
that's how it should be. That's not how it
That's how
is.
it should
That's how
be.
it
I
should
don't
be.
know. I've only a couple classes have dropped some nuggets of wisdom my way.
Yeah.
Spanish, for instance, really useful. I
Yeah.
mentioned to you that I think after going to Bulgaria and really just any other countries, if you've been there, we don't learn. We put such a low emphasis on learning languages, even though it's an incredibly useful skill to speak two languages at least. Um, I mean, we don't even learn it in elementary school. We remember specials in
Yeah, we
Simpson.
had Spanish, but I
It was
learned
a
more in my
special.
first
It
two
was
weeks
on
of middle
this.
school than the whole time in elementary school.
I mean, yeah, it was on the same level as PE and art.
Yeah.
It's weird. Yeah, I feel pretty confident in my Spanish. I actually took I missed Monday, right? And I had to take a
Yeah.
Spanish PBA, which is like a test. It's like a multi-part test. So
Right.
I took one part that had to do with sounds, and you said cows mooing or something,
Yeah.
and then one of the sounds was a cow mooing. I try not to say. I kept on having to say cows mooing instead of vacas mugiendo
Yeah.
because
Mugen.
I'm still in learning mode. I can't wait to get out of learning mode.
Yeah.
Um, God, today was a mistake. It was senior skip day or senior skip half day, but I had to
Oh
do that
yeah.
thing. So I show up and I see like that one kid who had detention, and she's like, "What the hell are you doing here?" I'm like, "I don't know. I don't want. I got to do a PBA." And she's like, "You shouldn't be here." And I'm like, "I know. I know I shouldn't be here." And then I
Oh
walk in
no.
to take the Spanish PBA, and Senor looks at me and he goes, "Alex, what are you doing here? You should be skipping and then doing this Tuesday morning." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. Wait, but you said Thursday." So,
Aw, Alex.
I hung out. I got checked out as soon as class started.
Yeah.
I was hanging with my English teacher, and I texted my parents. I was like, "Just make up some excuse." Mrs. Stromy, the secretary, knows that no seniors are here. She'll understand.
Yeah. Wow. Wait,
Anyway,
so
yeah,
Alex, like you're talking about classes that gave you nuggets of wisdom.
yeah, yeah.
My class,
Spanish.
I think gave me the most nuggets of wisdom,
What?
theory of knowledge.
That's so general.
I know. Yeah.
What do
Well,
you learn in that again? I know
it's
you
the
mentioned it.
centerpiece, or at least according to my theory of knowledge teacher, it's the centerpiece of the IB. But pretty much, what do you learn? You learn what is knowledge. How do you obtain it? I'm dead serious.
What is knowledge deep down? I mean,
Yeah,
really.
no, yeah, what is it? How do we obtain it? Like what ways do we obtain it? And like what are the implications of all of the things? It's actually it was a blast, actually.
Well, that's
Um
good. I'm glad you had fun.
yeah. So like you learn stuff like like the ways of knowing or whatever. Like reason, sense perception, memory, emotion, um, you know, stuff like that, where it's like that's how you obtain knowledge. Through all of these different ways, and then like what are the problems with that? So like what's the problem? Like our senses are flawed, so can we trust that information we get in? Like stuff like that. It
That's
amazing.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it like
Sounds like a
everyone.
fun class.
I mean, I guess some people were like it, but like I thought it was amazing. Like we did all these fun activities, stuff like that, and
That's cool. I think English was one of those too, don't you think?
yeah,
And it's pretty cool. I don't know. Every class had something somewhat useful. It's just, oh man, some of it is so arcane and useless and ugh.
I mean, that's how I feel about math, and it's really bad. But like, I really am not a huge math
Dude, I'm never gonna have to translate a sine wave ever.
person.
If I do, just go ahead and just execute me on the spot. If I'm doing my job one day and I go like, hold on a second, how how do you calculate the and just go ahead and throw me off the
uh,
bridge.
yeah, I'm really glad that there are people that love it, and there are people that are really, really good at it, and I applaud them, and I want them to keep doing it. But as for me, I hope
Got to
I
get
never
that
have to see it
philosophy
again.
major, am I right, Benjamin?
Oh yeah. It's actually pretty good for law school.
I
Just
know you
saying,
told
just
me
saying.
about it.
I know.
No,
Don't
for
laugh at
writing.
me.
You
Don't
said
laugh
for
at me,
law, right?
everyone.
I'm not
Yeah,
laughing. I was
not just
coughing.
for law, because it would actually be amazing. But from what I've heard, it's pretty good.
Cool. So yeah, I mean, that's all I got. You have anything?
Well, I don't know. I'm
Pretty
pretty
poops.
yeah,
Well, we can call it in.
yeah,
That's all you're getting from us tonight, folks. It's 51 minutes shorter.
yeah.
See you next time on B&B. Outro music plays.